he looks for all the world like he's on some type of drug. The question is, what is he taking, right?
Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. One of the most irresponsible narratives that we are now seeing from the hardcore MAGA right wing is that Joe Biden is on drugs. Now, if we had any serious evidence that such a drug existed that would hide the supposed Joe Biden dementia that many of these right wingers claim he is suffering from, we would have something closer to a more responsible story. However, we don't have that. And Fox News now even found a doctor, a Republican congressman named Ronny Jackson, who was formerly Donald Trump's doctor, to come on and talk about Biden being juiced on something, again suggesting that there is a drug that Biden is taking that is making it so that he can stumble through a speech without being unable to speak and his supposed dementia being impossible to hide. Now, as I said yesterday, there is no such drug that would do the thing they are suggesting. So we're going to look at a clip here. We will look at the baseless speculation from Ronny Jackson, and then I'm going to do something that I'm intuiting many of you would want me to do, which is to say, how does Dr. Ronny Jackson's speculation differ from that of folks like Dr. John Gartner and Dr. Harry Siegel, who were on this program looking at the behavior of Trump and Biden and making a cognitive evaluation? That's a really good question. I hope you're asking that question. I hope you're going to hold me accountable to that question. We will look at that in a moment. Here's Dr. Ronny Jackson yesterday on Fox talking about the juicing.
As a doctor, you're a White House doctor for a good spell.
14 years.
Yes, sir. Now, all right. Trump is saying before the first debate they should be drug tested. He would submit to it, Mr. Trump. He thinks Mr. Biden be submitted to it. People are, I don't know, don't take this seriously. I think they should take it seriously. As a former presidential physician, what do you think?
Well, I think normally we would never suggest something like that, but I think we live in a different world now. I think President Trump's saying what everybody else in this country is thinking right now. What is going on with this man? What is he on? I mean, we see him for 3 years now slurring his speech, a sleepy Joe, can barely stay awake long enough to read the teleprompter. And then over the last few months, we've seen that when he comes out publicly, like he did at the State of the Union, he is completely juiced up on something. I mean, he is screaming at the camera. His eyes are wide open. I mean, he's not blinking. I mean, he looks for all the world like he's on some type of drug. The question is, what is he taking, right?
Well, this is what really gets to the responsibility or irresponsibility of this. What is he taking, right? What is he taking? He's the doctor. He should be able to tell us, here is the drug or the drugs that would do what I am wildly speculating they are doing to Joe Biden. And when you talk about Dr. Harry Siegel and Dr. John Gartner, they're evaluating behavior. They're evaluating, when Biden loses his train of thought for a moment, he comes back and he recognizes that he said something that was wrong and he corrects himself. This is their observation. Trump, on the other hand, will steamroll right through saying we might be heading towards World War II, or I defeated Obama in the election, or Obama's the president, or Nikki Haley was in charge of Capitol Security, and he just continues because he is disconnected from the things that he is saying. And we have all these other examples. They are evaluating observational, behavioral traits. Ronny Jackson, if this were serious, would say, hey, you know what? Here's what works. Modafinil would do what it appears it is doing to Joe Biden. Or Adderall would give Joe Biden what he needs in order to hide his dementia during a 1-hour speech. The reason Dr. Ronny Jackson isn't doing that is that there is no such tool that would do what they describe, which is Biden has dementia, he doesn't know what's going on, and for an hour, a drug can eliminate all of that, but then it starts wearing off during a 1-hour speech. Now, I'm not going to totally redo yesterday's segment because we just went through this, but as a very quick reminder, Adderall, Ritalin type stimulants don't improve cognitive function for individuals with dementia, and they risk causing anxiety and agitation, which could make it even more difficult to speak clearly, including if you're someone like Joe Biden who struggles with a stutter. The modafinil and other, I called them nootropics. Someone told me that they are nootropics. I don't know the right pronunciation. These are drugs that claim to enhance cognitive function. They last 12 to 15 hours. If it were true that Biden were on modafinil, why would it be wearing off at the end of an hour speech? They last 12 to 15 hours. And by the way, they also don't address dementia. Then you've got the cholinesterase inhibitors prescribed to manage Alzheimer's disease. They have very long half-lives. They provide a steady effect, but they are very, very mild, extremely mild. They wouldn't take a seriously demented Biden and make him what they are describing him to be during a speech and then wear off during an hour. So the point here is Biden having a cup of coffee? Maybe. Not really a big smoking gun, and coffee doesn't hide dementia. Other than that, they aren't even asserting what medication or injection or juicing would do what they claim it is doing because it doesn't appear to exist in the medical literature. Totally irresponsible for Dr. Ronny Jackson to do this. I think they realize they're kind of in trouble. I think they see Trump freezing for 35 seconds during a speech, almost falling off the stage at another speech, saying the wrong person is president. They see all of it. And so they are going back to this. I also want to mention one other thing related to this. I got a couple of emails overnight from people saying, David, you know how with Trump, allegations are confessions. We should interpret Trump saying Biden should be drug tested before the debate as Trump admitting in his own way that he plans to be taking something during the debate. Now, again, I don't know what one could even take, but at least as far as Dr. Ronny Jackson's observations are concerned, completely irresponsible. And he should just tell us which drugs are the ones that would do the thing he claims Biden is doing. It is time to start thinking like voters and to make sure that kids understand the importance of voting, how it works, registering, ballot initiatives, because so many kids just have no idea. That's why I wrote the new children's book, Think Like a Voter. I can think of no better time and no more important group of folks to try to reach. The book is now available at davidpakman.com/book, where, by the way, you can get the first 2 books in the series as well. Think Like a Detective and Think Like a Scientist. Really important stuff. Donate them to local libraries, classrooms, read them with the kids. davidpakman.com/book.